It has been a busy past few days outside of the woodyard. I haven't gotten a lot done back here. I just finished up a little bit, moving stuff around. I'm going to give you guys a little update, little tour around the woodyard, I guess, just to show you a few things. The busy part of the past few days is the fact that today is actually the little boss man's 10th birthday. And this past weekend he had 3 friends over. And Amanda was working, which means I was in charge. And that is not a good situation. So it was a fun, busy Saturday and Sunday because it was a sleepover party. So he had friends come over Saturday afternoon. They spent the night. We actually came back in the woodyard a little bit. I couldn't get them to stack any wood, however. They weren't interested in that. They did help me with a few other little smaller chores, so that was good. But yeah, it's just been, I have gotten a few things done and some things that are pretty cool because I was able to use a new little toy that I have. It's not mine to keep, but I was able to borrow it from Rick, and it's made quite a difference here in the carport. And that fancy toy is that right there. A box blade on the back of the Coyote. And you may not be able to notice, but the ground in the carport here is now all cleaned out from a lot of the debris, the slash and the trash from splitting all winter, and a lot of the sawdust. There's still some sawdust down there, but it's all just nice and flat all the way through. And like I said, I'm sure the camera is not going to pick this up and show it, but oh, it's just, it looks so nice in there now. So it's been very handy having that box blade there, not only for cleaning out all of the stuff in the carport there, but then I kind of brought it all out here and I pushed it over into that ravine over there to kind of extend that. And yeah, it's been great having it. I wasn't sure, I've always kind of debated whether or not I should get that for an attachment, and Rick had one, and when I was up there last week, I was just talking about it, and he said, why don't you just take it and borrow it for a few days and see how you like it. And I like it. I was able to also flatten out the road back to the woodyard in front of the woodshed up there. I flattened that out, kind of made that look a little nicer. Actually, let me just quick walk over there and show you. So yes, I was able to flatten out the road back here to the woodyard. Right up there by the woodshed, all those ruts, flatten those all out, and we just finished yesterday putting down a bunch of grass seed on all of this dirt. So hopefully the rain that's moving in tonight and tomorrow will give that grass seed a nice watering, and that stuff will start to grow, and then hopefully this road will fill back in with grass, because I have been told it is an eyesore of the backyard. I don't know why. Some people just don't like the look of a dirt road, or as I call it, the money road, leading back here into the woodyard. And I shouldn't have to drive the tractor up there anymore for quite a while. I brought back all of the logs. I had one load of logs that were dropped off in the front. I brought all of those back. So I've got everything back here in the woodyard as far as logs, so I shouldn't need to drive. The only reason I'll need to drive the tractor up to the woodshed is to take more wood in, and I've got plenty in there for a while, so I should be good. The other thing I will need to do is take bundles to the roadside stand, but I can use the little lawnmower in the Ultratech trailer. Speaking of bundles or bags, I have tapped into this woodshed over here, starting with this first row. This past weekend, all of that right there, that's gone from this first row, were all bags. Nothing but bags sold all weekend. Bags and mini firewood. That's all I sold last weekend. So I've got the Easton made back in here, and I think this is going to be my setup to run for this going into summer now. I will be utilizing the woodyard trailer. And when I mean woodyard trailer, I mean this thing. I used to use it hauling stuff around, but the one light is knocked off over there. It's not very road worthy anymore. But it works and functions around the woodyard. So while I have this set up like this for the summer, this will be the plan. Run into the trailer, take it to where I'm stacking it or piling it. During the winter, I ran into a pile here just because I didn't feel like moving and stacking wood around all winter. So all winter I ran into this pile over here, which you can see is almost all cleaned up. Got a little bit right there and some of this slash to clean up. Got almost a full tote of slash already gathered. But a lot of it, I will admit, is just ending up over here for fill. And my one thought is, once I get this a little more leveled off, I'm going to, this coming fall and winter, I'm going to run the pile over here. Or like right in here. And then what I might do is I might run the conveyor out the side of the carport and fill this in. And yes, that will block my access right there, but I am thinking I may need to move this little side shelter and have this side of the carport open for access. Because I'm also thinking once that woodshed over there empties out, I'm going to move that, and that will free up this side, and I kind of want to work on cleaning up that hillside and making that future storage as well. And the tractor then will stay in there for the time being because I have the new wool fridge over here in this shelter, which has now kind of become the little mini firewood production area. I've got all those bags back there filled up. And then I've got this cherry split down, and I just need to now cut this a little shorter. But this stuff, God, this cherry is, and just listen to that. It's like, I think this stuff is dang near ready to go right now. I mean, this wood just, it sounds dry. The old wool fridge is right there waiting to head down to the farm. And I have been asked when the old wool fridge is heading down to the farm for Woodhound Senior. And my dad has no immediate need to split any of the wood that he has on the farm. He's got a bunch kind of bucked up and some logs pulled out in the back 40, but he's in no hurry to get it split. So it's no rush to get that splitter down there. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is on June 22nd at the Midwest Firewood Frenzy at Wolf Ridge, I'm actually going to have the old Wolf Ridge there next to the new Wolf Ridge. So kind of like a little exhibit of that model splitter, what it used to be and what it is now. So that's why I'm keeping it up here until after the Firewood Frenzy, and then it will head down to the farm. The oak mountain at the end of the Yappa continues to grow. That is getting a little bit bigger, and I have all of this oak to add onto that pile. Some of it is a little bit bigger, so some of this stuff may have to get bucked up and sent through the Easton Made or the Wolf Ridge, we'll see. But some of the stuff here, yeah, it's just waiting to run that through the Yappa and add to that pile right there. I think it was last week, or maybe the week before, when I had the great big long, almost 30-foot log on there. All of that pine is now stacked up over here. And yes, I am going to utilize this little shelter to stack recreational firewood in. All of that right there is all oak. So I've got 3 sections of oak, front and back. And then this other one is going to be pine and whatever else I stack in here. And then in the front here, these are all just the bark and the odd cutoffs from all the mini firewood. So I just grabbed boxes from Costco and I use them to put it in. And yeah, I know people say, why don't you sell the bark? I might end up selling these end cuts, but some of the bark pieces I just prefer keeping and having all of the mini firewood be barkless. Well, speaking of the rain that we were supposed to be getting, I guess it's going to start coming down a little bit earlier than what was forecasted for this evening, because it's starting to rain right now. But that's all right, because I have to head in and put some candles on a cake and celebrate the little boss man turning 10. And there's actually something coming up, a little announcement we're going to be making concerning the little boss man and the mini firewood. Things are getting interesting and things are getting exciting. So stay tuned for that. But for now, that's the update. Like I said, it was a busy past few days, but not too busy back here in the wood yard. But I've gotten things kind of straightened out and organized and cleaned up and ready to go. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.